Holy shit. It's been forever. And look what I got to deal with. Look at this. It's Certain Pot. Certain Pot with Dr. K. Fan roundtable style. It's been forever. But look at these faces. I've got the Woo guy himself, the leader of the Woo crew, Jim Kulik. What's up, baby?
What's up, brother? What's up?
I've got the rep, the future, the REP, the Roundtable executive producer, one Donovan Dwyer, who's been running amok on the interview scene. I've been seeing what you've been doing, my friend. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. What's up, my man?
4 months of waiting to do another roundtable. 4 months.
Wow, 4 months.
I've got put since August.
Wow.
But
and you're the one that got, and he's the one that got the ball rolling.
That's right. He's been running amok. I like it. That's the name of the show right there, Running Amok.
Running amok. and then we've got, we like to call him Dishwater / Drinkwater, but today, because of his beautiful month and a half growth on that puss of his, we're calling him Chin Hair today. What's up, baby?
Chin Hair.
That's it.
You're pathetic.
Either that or... Guys, what do you think? Patches McGee. I love it.
Patches. Does it get any thicker than that, even if you grow for another 6 months?
Probably. It probably will. I'll probably like the mustache. I mean, I feel like it gets in my mouth sometimes.
You're lucky, though, man. I mean, the Dollar Shave Club, and you can actually save money because you don't take the covers off the razors yet, right, bro?
This will be off probably December 1st because I did the No Shave November.
Oh, that's good. It raises awareness. Yeah, I do that every month.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to take a screenshot of this right now after he's done. Yeah, show me that sourpuss. There you go. Show me that sourpuss because so what's going to happen is I want to see what happens at the end of No Shave November. Even if it's No Shave December, I bet you it's exactly the same, Q. Like, I bet you it doesn't change a bit.
I bet you, baby, it's like a 3-count, kid. You know how it works, man. That's DW Patches McGee. I love it.
Well, it is the Thanksgiving weekend. I've reached out to many a talent on our local scene, and they're all kind of committed to the family right now. So we're going to just have to go through this roundtable with the 4 of us. Nobody else wanted to come in. Some of the talent out there that I reached out to, again, they're a commit. Wait, what do we got here? See, another one. We have another one that's working. Actually, 2 that said they were working. I don't know if they're just making excuses because they don't want to come on my damn show or if it's real life commitment. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell at times. But look at this. We got a roundtable Thanksgiving weekend. I just want to start off with I'm glad to see you guys. Thank you, REP, for putting this roundtable together because I wasn't even thinking of getting a roundtable together. I was supposed to actually have nephew come over. Then he wasn't coming over. But guess what? My nephew's out there. He ended up getting dropped off earlier. So we might have a nephew sighting a little bit later before we get off the air on the roundtable. So I just want to go around with the 3 of you guys, starting with the Woo guy. How you been doing? How was your Thanksgiving? Because that was just a couple of days ago. Why don't you give us a little what's going on with Kulik?
Yeah, Kulik's just doing his thing, man. You know, working with the kids up at the school. You know, that's a everyday occurrence except on Wednesday. It's all right. You know, Thanksgiving was okay. You know, not a lot of family around, which is tough. Which is tough on all of us. But, man, we're surviving, brother. That's all you can do, man. One day at a time, my friend. One day at a time. Trying to keep up with the wrestling world best we can, but with no shows, man. Glad we're doing this today, guys. It's a good time.
It kind of started going somewhere, and now that we've hit this weird plateau of the resurgent of the COVID coming back, now it's starting to come back down. Everybody's shutting their dates down. They're not going to have. I've seen them canceling shows that were upcoming and such, all across the country. So let me move on to the rep, the REP. What's going on, Donovan? I see you've been a very busy man. I've kind of been taking a break lately. Obviously, there's been no interviews. There's been no roundtables. But I've seen Donovan. He's been picking up some hot names on the wrestling industry. Why don't you throw to us a couple of your faves that you've ran into lately, sat down with, talked to, and got some really cool interviews from? Because I've been watching you, man.
There's been a lot of people on my show. I think starting after your interview in person, we've had Mike Skyros, Leo Rush made a surprise appearance. Um, who else? I just uploaded 2 interviews right before this. One interview with the stepdads, and another with Jesse Nolan, who's been on the road from Limitless Wrestling. I have a surprise interview tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m.
Oh wow! It's not.
What?
It's not chin hair, is it?
No, no.
Oh,
This
okay.
Just making sure.
is
Yeah.
international interview. So they are currently in Tokyo right now. So
Wow.
yeah, there's a time zone difference. So I have to get up early while
That-
it's nighttime there.
There's like 14 hours difference between us and the East, if you will.
Yep.
The future
Now-
is getting international. I love it.
Now, you did say, was there a hint that was flashed in there? You did say they are in Japan right now. Is this a tag team or a camp? What's going on?
I can't tell you.
What do you mean you can't? You said they. I'm
More
just trying to figure out.
More views for dropping a few hints. More views, more revenue. I'm still waiting for my ads to come in.
I got you.
Checks being on your show multiple times. I've taken advice from many wrestlers that you have interviewed, and they're waiting for their paycheck, just like I am. So.
Wow. Some big talk over there, Chin Hair. But before I go to Chin Hair and see what he's been doing, I want you to tell the peeps out there, where do we find your interviews, Donovan?
It's Bootio's Boy Wrestling Fan on YouTube. And for anyone that's about to say name, it's never gonna happen.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
You say it every time, Kulik. Every time.
So just to be clear, that's Bootio's Boy. That's spelled just like the New Day cereal back in the day. The Bootio's Boys, right? Wrestling fan page, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Go on the YouTube, check him out. He also has a Facebook under his shoot name, if you will, Donovan Dwyer. He also shares them on that page. So be on the lookout because he's mentioned some really cool names. I'm glad to see you being active while the whole virus is still taking over our world. I really, that's very cool. Now, Chin Hair, what's going on with you, my man? I've seen you've taken the scratch and sniff and you've put that on the down low. What's going on? How was your Thanksgiving? How was the family through the whole COVID thing going on?
It's been good. Yes, I have taken the scratch thing on the down low. I've not bought a lottery ticket in 4 months, maybe 4 or 5 months. I haven't bought a lottery ticket.
Wow.
And I don't miss it in the least bit. Don't miss the lottery chat. I had my vacation from work, which is coming to a close after tomorrow. So it's kind of sad because I was kind of getting used to staying up until 1 o'clock in the morning and watching movies and stuff. So, but you know.
Are you sure?
Oh man.
What?
Are you?
What'd you say, Future?
I said, are you talking to the posters that are on your wall behind you? The models?
Yeah. Those are not models. Those are WWE divas. It's gonna get a revamp anyway, so I gotta revamp that up. So.
Now, when you say you're up till 1 o'clock in the morning watching movies, are we talking Pornhub?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Like classics like Scarface I've been watching, and like Wet Hot American Summer, which is a good movie with Bradley Cooper. Meatballs. So all the other good comedies and stuff.
Those are some classics. What are you, like 67? Holy shit! How old are you?
I'll be 34 in February.
Wow, those are some classics for a 30-year-old. I tell you. So I haven't talked to anybody. I've been off the book for a couple weeks. I just took a little break from the social, if you will. Once in a while, I kind of got to do that. So the wrestling, as we've been talking about, has kind of come up to a plateau of sorts. And now it's coming back down, and everything is kind of shutting right back down to where it was previous, just not that long ago, a few months back. But in the meantime, there was some wrestling going on. And I mean, like in New Jersey, there was a lot of wrestling, like running rampant in New Jersey, might I say. But we had the likes of Titan Championship Wrestling. And I want to start right there. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Titan Championship Wrestling, but there's some familiar faces that all of us would know that have gone in and out of Titan Championship Wrestling. And not only that, they have come to this thing where they're calling it Mount Olympus, where they were ready to crown their first champion ever. And I don't know if you guys know of Titan Championship Wrestling, but if you don't, get on the book and take a look-see. And I think you'd be pleasantly surprised on actually who's on their roster and who's been coming in and out of their ring in matches. Are you guys familiar at all with Titan Championship Wrestling?
Tiny bit.
A tiny bit?
No, I've never heard of it. So fill us in there, Kincaid Files.
Well, we've got the likes of Wrecking Ball Legursky is a regular over there. Sean Donovan. We've got Rick Recon. He's a big part of there. We've got a guy named Violence. I don't know if you're familiar with Violence. He's a big part of Titan Championship Wrestling and most of their main events, might I say. But not only that, they have this really cool sub promotion, if you will, and it's called Goddesses of War. And look at my man Donovan. He knows himself of some Goddesses of War. Now, what they've done with what some of the other promotions have been doing as of oh my goodness, look at that. I got to take a screenshot. Oh my God, that was beautiful. My producer really on his game. That was amazing. That is amazing. Now, the reason why I take a screenshot is when this replays, you can't see that. Now, my executive producer put up a nice, cool little chin hair / Pornhub meme, if you will. I can't wait to write a little something. Maybe like chin hair at 1 a.m. in the morning. That's gonna be amazing. Thank you so much to the REP. So anywho, Titan Championship Wrestling, they have a thing called Goddesses of War, and it's a sub kind of promotion, if you will, but it's all women's division. All of it, the entire event from beginning to end is all women. And not only that, they had a cage match in their last Goddesses of War, and I know Donovan knows exactly what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. It was Christina Marie, courageous Christina Marie against Holiday in a cage match. And let me tell you something.
Dead. It's Holly Dead.
Holly Dead. I'm sorry. I like to say Holiday.
Like, what's up, Leia? Hello.
But yeah, so if you guys aren't familiar, get on the book, check out Titan Championship Wrestling. I know you guys will be pretty interested in that. I'm just giving you a little something because there's a lot of shit that's been going down right now, and I've run into some new stuff, so I thought I'd share some new stuff. So that's what I'd like to do is go around the round table. Will guy, you're the ringleader of the Will crew. It's a fan-driven thing that goes around to the shows, mainly in Massachusetts, to the I almost said PAPW, to the PVP, WMW shows. I've seen you at some Battlefront. I've caught you at a Test of Strength, I believe. Why don't you give us, have you been watching anything new, maybe locally or nationally, that maybe we haven't heard of?
Now, to be honest with you guys, I mean, the local stuff, we just haven't been able to go to them. I mean, every once in a while, you throw something on YouTube, you can kind of go back to the old days and check some stuff out. It's been cool because on my Facebook feed, a lot of old memories have been coming up. And a couple of weeks back on Don Kincaid's page, some stuff came up and he shared it over with us. Woo crew up to our antics, trying to get the people fired up. which is always good stuff. One of the best ones I ever saw was the creation of Drinkwater at the Battlefront show.
Yeah.
Don came over and goes, Donkey K Files. I'm here with Mike Drinkwater. And then the crew got fired up and back, and it was like surround sound of the creation of the Drinkwater.
Yeah, and
that
I
was
have you to thank for that, Kincaid.
And we were, you know something, Don Kincaid? The Woo Crew was the exclamation point on that one, my friend.
Yes, absolutely.
That's right. But besides that, honestly, not too much of the local stuff. I mean, I'll follow stuff if it comes up on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like, you know, I know there's been some shows going on New Jersey way. But I don't know. I mean, guys, I don't know about you. I mean, with me, I'm looking at, I mean, I went to one Test of Strength show, and you know, Don, you pointed it out, man. Going to a show, having to wear a mask, you feel like it just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
I mean, the guys and the gals put on a great show. That's when Bam Bam beat Dan Demand for the title. I was at that show back then.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was a good match, and it was a good show. But it was nice seeing all the friends, but you could feel the edge in the air as far as the fear people still had in their hearts, which sucked.
Yeah.
You know, so it's if you go back and watch, I mean, I watched that interview with Donovan a couple of times that he did with that, the last it was a WMW or PvP show over, I can't remember where the heck it was, in East Hampton, I think, right? Wasn't it East Hampton? And Donovan and I did the interview. That was way back in like March. That was so long ago. That was the last show we went to.
That was
the last. I mean, before this one show, this one Test of Strength show that we went to. But I don't know how you guys feel. Inside, that's how I'm feeling. I mean, WWE is unwatchable. I'm sorry. The only thing I can watch is Alexa Bliss with the Fiend. There you go.
Oh my God, Donovan! What's the matter with? I don't know if I got that screenshot or not. That's hilarious.
It's your future tag team partner. Come on.
He's amped up. He's amped up today. I'm telling you.
Oh God.
There it is.
That's hilarious.
So as I was saying, yeah, I mean, the only thing I like the Roman Reigns angle with the, you know, him being, you know, king of the table or king of the throne or whatever the heck he's trying to be, the tribal leader. That's good. But honestly, everything else is just, it's not the performers. It's the horrible writing they have. I mean, I just read something on Wrestling Inc. that Vince is showing up to the shows like, you know, 12:30 in the afternoon and rewriting shows, tearing up stuff. I mean, that's why they hire all these writers. But it's almost unwatchable. Dynamite is okay. I mean, I watched some of the AEW Dark the other day. Not bad. I mean, but the even their shows, I mean, just a lot of botches during the matches. The women's division's terrible. I mean, that's they got to do something with that quick.
It's all hot garbage.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But I mean, overall, they're either really like there's no middle ground for AEW. They're either the star, you know, you got Moxley and Cody, or you're down lower with, you know, some of their other talent. Not bad talent, just don't know how to work with each other yet.
Why don't you finish up on that, Drinkwater? Because you seem to have something to add to that.
What? About the
what's going on with the way the WWE looks, how they're being written and such, and the way AEW is, and they're doing the let me turn off my thing here, and AEW, how they've been taking care of their product and such. Are you watching those products currently?
Currently, I am. I mean, I've been following WWE for 20 plus years. Like, it's almost 30 years that I've been watching it, and as of late, I've been I've had the time where I can watch Monday Night Raw. I fall asleep during Monday Night Raw. I can't even make it past like the first hour because it's so
That's
bad.
because you're up at 1 a.m. on the hook.
Hey, you watch it. But I mean, it's just they have that certain something that they're lacking, and they need. They're like you said, Sheila, their storylines are not good. It's not the wrestler's fault. It's just they're boring, and it's just you could everything that happens you could call it before it even happens. Like I watched Survivor Series this past Sunday. I called every single match. I said, okay, this is what's going to happen at the end. And I was right. Every single match, I was right who was going to win and what was going to happen. I'm like, if you can guess what's going to happen and you're right, that's terrible. That's terrible writing, and that's why I always say independent wrestling is where it is, and you can't get any better because you're going to not know who's going to win the match or what's not going to happen and stuff. I mean, there's a certain promotion out there, I'm not going to name names, that, it's like WWE. You could call what's going to happen or what's going to happen with the matches, who's going to win, if there's going to be interference. And I think I could tell you probably know what I'm talking about, but I don't go there anymore. So let's just put it that way. But, I mean, WWE is just hot garbage, is plain to say. It's hot garbage. And I've been watching, I've been on a PWG kick lately. I don't know if
Okay.
you guys probably watch Pro Wrestling Girl. And
Yep.
I've been watching some of their older stuff because I have some of their stuff on DVD. I'm enjoying that. I love that stuff. You see it on, because we brought up Leo Rush. I've seen him in a couple matches, back in. He was fantastic. I saw him versus Keith Lee. That was a fantastic match. I saw Keith Lee versus Jeff Cobb. That was phenomenal. But it's just, I wish WWE was more like some of the other promotions where they put on matches we want to see, storylines we want to see. Because right now, WWE has nothing, and I'm getting frustrated with the way they're going.
So right now, while you're watching the PWG, is that the era where Roddy Strong is champion and the Young Bucks are tag champions?
There's a few of them that I have, like some of the events I have on DVD that have like them as champion and stuff. I had there was one where Chuck Taylor was the champion. Walter was the champion there. There's one that I'm going to probably be watching soon. It's got Walter versus Jeff Cobb for the title. So that I want to see. So.
So Donovan, you've been interviewing some of the local stars on the scene. Now, are you watching the product? Because as we're listening to Mr. Kulik and Mr. No Chin, or Mr. Chin Hair, as we've been listening,
Kincaid. I'm going to come after you.
you're not very happy with the product that's going on right now. Are you watching and are you happy with what's going on with the product?
No, I'm 5 minutes old, couple last month. I just wanted to get on the show, have that. And I signed up for this.
I can't understand a damn thing you're saying at all.
What's happening?
He's got potato salad in his mouth. What are you talking about?
Can you hear me?
He's been watching too much Pornhub.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of.
I'm going to leave and I'll join. Hang on.
No, you're good. We can hear you now. I was just joking with you.
You're fine.
Okay.
Wait a minute. I need an update on the potato salad. Was there any at Thanksgiving future? No potato salad at Thanksgiving?
That's all right. So anyway, back to my, because I'm the rep, a very important person. My goal was just to get on the Thunderdome like a couple months ago, which I did, and even just watching that from being on Thunderdome, it was terrible. It's not good. Nothing excites me anymore. Nothing draws me in. I just have no emotion to it anymore. Independent wrestling, though, absolutely. I feel like I'm in the moment. I feel there. I feel like I'm energetic about it. AEW, it's cool, but it's still it was cool when it first came out because everyone was like, "Oh, the ones in at war," and it's back where pretty much everyone can predict everything. So I mean, you have 3 top stars in wrestling. Bucks, and also Kenny Omega. He is a part of it, but he really doesn't do much. I think he's more concerned on bringing the Japanese wrestlers, which is great because if you think about it, Japanese wrestling, it started in Japan, so that's where most people get.
Did you just say Japanese wrestling started in Japan?
I mean, wrestling started in Japan.
Oh, that's a no-brainer.
Well, look, I'm on the hub. I'm doing research on my own.
I think that's more you than me with the Pornhub. I think you enjoy that more than I do.
Okay. So wrestling started in Japan. It's way more well known in Japan than it is in America. I mean, people love it, but it has a way more much respect for it in Japan. I mean, there's a lot of promotions. There's the New Japan Pro Wrestling. There's schools there. There's pretty much everything wrestling that you can find. It's all in Japan. So, definitely, I'm more interested in independent wrestling, and it's just because it's unpredictable. Whatever your question, I don't think I am.
No, you answered it fine, and I want to spin back to something you said. You dig the independent scene because you're in the moment right then and there at the show, and you're familiar with what's going on with the storylines. You're familiar with the people that are working in that ring, and you just feel more in tune to what's going on in said match or said event. And I want to spin back to after this last Test of Strength show. We had to do another round of interview because the first one didn't work out so well. And man, I want to spin back to that because talk about in the moment. We had we had the likes of Ty Shine, Brian Frost, Raffle, Fry Guy, Gummy Bear, something else, Jordan. We've had the likes of the stepdads. I mean, the list goes on and on. There was probably 11, 12, 13, 14 different superstars from Test of Strength after the event that came over, hung out, and did this little interview thing, which was 32 some odd minutes of just pure freaking fun, man. But I think those are the kind of things that we get to be part of that you would never, ever be a part of at the bigger platforms. Am I correct, sir?
Yeah, I mean, if I ever went to a WWE event, my equipment, and there's no one that I can get to interview. So it's better at independent shows than it is at the bigger promotions. So
I will say that post-event interview was some of my most fun ever at wrestling. That was really a ton of fun. Kulik, I know you went to the first one, but not the second Test of Strength that we just saw with Blue Shoes making her wrestling debut. And I know we all love some Blue Shoes. She made her wrestling debut. She kind of took the L, but that's okay. Dan the Man, I kind of expected Dan the Man to come out on top, even though he had no help whatsoever. Talia Jeanette came out as a supporting role on the outside. We haven't seen her in forever. She scares the absolute shit out of me. But you did miss the debut of Blue Shoes. So did you catch any of that footage or anything that was going on with that event, sir?
The only thing I really saw, Dom, was the pictures, and I knew something had to have happened that she got in the ring. I mean, like I said, she's a very talented ref. She's got a personality which she doesn't, like I said, she's more like kind of straight arrow as she's being a ref. And it's respect for the business, which is great. But her stepping out of her referee shoes and jumping into the wrestling boots, that's awesome. I mean, we need all the fresh faces we can these days. I mean, I think Donovan had mentioned it earlier, and DW mentioned it. I mean, wrestling right now in WWE, I mean, if you have insomnia, that's your cure. I mean, honestly, it's so bad. It's sad because, like I said, I mean, Don, you would know. You'd go back to '95. This is like '95 all over again. That's how bad the gimmicks were back then. And the thing is, right now, it's not the talent; it's the writing. As far as that second show, I did see that she had something was happening, because the show before that, she kind of got involved a little bit. Remember when she jumped in the ring? She did get involved. I mean, how can you beat it though? I mean, test his strength. I mean, they're training, the facility as far as everybody getting together, and their shows are great. Their shows are great, and there's always something different, which is awesome. You know, and if you have SWB, he's the man. I've known him for many years. He's a good friend of mine, along with the Promise. I mean, I don't know if you guys have wrestling stories. They invited me down to a show that was a BTW show in Rhode Island at McCoy Stadium. I mean, you hear of the wrestling diaries when these guys go on the road and you get to listen to all the stories. Talk about that interview you had mentioned to me, that was the most fun you've ever had. That was the best. It was so cool, just sitting in the back and soaking it all in, man. And then being behind the scenes, because usually, we're the fans, but knowing Tom, sometimes I get to go behind the scenes. And I was at a show in Springfield, and it was cool, man, because their mic, something happened with their mic and their board, so that they called me. Tom called me and asked me if they could borrow mine. I said sure. It was cool though, because Nash was using my mic. So that's cool. But yeah, I'm glad she's in the ring, bro. That's great.
Now, we've seen some shows happen. We've seen some title changes over the course of the last couple months, and I want to bring up something going to Dishwater here. We've seen the likes of Dustin Flash Waller. He's gained 2 championships. One is a Friday Night Alley Fights championship over at PAPW. And the second one is the BST Blood, Sweat, Tears Heavyweight Championship that he just went against Lucas Chase, the Cure, as he likes to call himself. The Cure, Lucas Chase. He was the heavyweight champion, their original one. And this has been like a year and a half in the running with these two. And they ended up in a 60-minute Ironman match. I watched it live as BST had it rolling on Facebook. Excuse me. But my point being is, have you been following any of the local stuff like that? I know we've been talking WWE and such, and I just brought up Blue Shoes entering the ring as a wrestler instead of a referee. Have you been following any of this stuff that's been going on with our local scene and some of the familiar faces that we know?
I've been seeing a little bit of like the test of strength stuff. I've been seeing on, as you call it, Kincaid, the book or the face page or whatever you want to call it. I've been seeing. I've been looking at the videos, watching. I actually watched the Blue Shoes match that they put. I think I saw it somewhere. I was very impressed with how she worked in the ring and everything. I was very impressed with that. Even though I was glad Dan the Man won. So, hey, I'm a Dan the Man supporter, so.
Yes, we all know.
But I mean, I've known the guy for probably a good 14 years. So, but yeah, I've been seeing a little bit of that, and then I've been seeing like clips of like the Titan wrestling and like little bits here and there. So, like I watch the clips and stuff, but I haven't really been like 100% on it, but I have been trying to keep up with it as much as I can.
There's so much out there, and I've been finding new organizations that have made their debut or making their debut in 2021. There's one, I believe, right in New Jersey. Another one that's going to be coming out. But with the whole Rona going on, I don't know what the hell is going to happen to wrestling, because it's really putting a big a bump in the road for all of this wrestling again. Now, Donovan, you have. Oh wait, what do we got? What's this? So, Donovan, you've interviewed some of the fine talent, but you've also mentioned you just interviewed a fine female talent up at Limitless Wrestling. You've seen her on The Road. Actually, it's called The Road. It's a Limitless show. They're in season 2, and what they've done is, season 2. They've taken some their isolation, and it's just a few of the talents that they've surrounded the ring with. They've done some TV tapings, if you will, and they call it The Road up at Limitless Wrestling. Uh, Talk to us about how you're getting. How did you get an interview with somebody that's Limitless Wrestling right now is one of the top companies in the industry right now for independent wrestling. And I know you've talked to some other names, but I'm curious on how did you get your foot in the door to some of the talent up at Limitless Wrestling?
Do you want like the basic answer, like edited version of how I did it?
Whatever answer Donovan wants to throw at me, I don't care.
Well,
Hey, Kulik, do I need to come over and do a dog check? I hear the dogs barking.
Yeah. Thank you.
Tradition. They gotta make their voices heard. Honestly, you guys, sometimes when they're all cranked up and I put WWE on, like I said, man, it's like sleeping dust. It's Insomnia City. And they're out, man. It's great. It's great.
I normally just contact them through like DMs on either Twitter, Instagram, or if they're Facebook friends with me, just write them a message. Mm-hmm. Most of them do. I mean, it's funny because when I reached out to Jessie Nolan, she knew who I was because she heard of me with some of her fellow teams at the Limitless Dojo. So it's good when I have that like when I'm well known around.
Jimmy, shut him up, bro.
I'm gonna come. I'll come over there right now. How about that? Do I need to come over? Do I need to go over?
Damn, I told Jimmy to go like put him, suplex him or something, man.
Oh goodness.
So yeah, pretty much, I'll just contact them, and it's cool to get the response of, "Oh yeah, I've heard of you before. I know who you are." So.
You feel good. It makes you feel good about yourself, and it should. I mean, you got to think about it. Future, you got to. Executive producer. You have to think how far you've come with these interviews, man. This is amazing. We're all so proud of you, man. That's from the heart. And I gotta say, great.
I got to put it out. That interview you did with Lio Rush was phenomenal. I really enjoyed that one, and the questions you asked him was awesome. And I'll tell you, like Woo Crew just said, you're doing phenomenal, and we're all proud of what you're doing. And I'll give you that. You're doing an awesome job, and you're doing better than Kincaid is.
No, I have to go with Drinkwater. But there's only one thing that I'm not very proud of this whole thing that he's got going on with this project of interviews. He likes to kind of toss my name in there to the likes of a Mike Skyros. Why don't you give me your thoughts on Don Kincaid? And he's like, well, he's really not annoying, but he's annoying. And then he gets to the likes of Alec Price. And he'd be like, give me your thoughts on Don Kincaid. He'll be like, well, he's really not annoying, but he's really freaking annoying. It's like, what the hell is going on out there? But in all honesty, man, Donovan, you're doing a fine job. And not being afraid to just reach out and do those feelers of, hey, this is what I'm doing. Are you interested? There is nothing wrong with reaching out. And I am so glad you are where you are now, because you were so stoked to get not only Ethan Page, but you got his tag team partner. And that not only that, but you got Lio Rush. And we were all surprised that you got Lio Rush. And I know you were really, really effing stoked to get that interview. So again, and I just want to reiterate what these guys have already said. Very proud of what you're doing. Taking the chances of going at some big names and seeing what could happen. Because all they can say is no. What else could they say? It's either a yes or it's a no. And I'm glad you're doing what you're doing.
Well, one time I did get a response, but you've been in contact with Don Kincaid. I never want to talk to you or see you again.
Well, I apologize, and I'm surprised it's only been one time. So that's not actually a bad record. So that's cool. That's good to hear.
I got a question. When's the Chris Cannon interview going to happen?
I don't know, when he's not busy playing around with baby weights at the gym.
What are you laughing about, Kincaid, huh?
Kincaid couldn't pick up 45 pounds.
Cannon doing an interview? You guys are crazy. He's never gonna do an interview.
Kincaid,
What?
You got Alzheimer's because you've had an interview with him twice.
I have, but that was under A, duress, and 2, orders of Chris Cannon. I can't reach out to Chris Cannon and think that he's just going to be like, yeah, come on down to the gym. That was all his doing. That had got nothing to do with that.
Yeah, well, at least you did.
I did. Twice. You're right. You're
No.
right. Twice.
Oh, and by the way, to answer a question earlier, yeah, Kincaid, he's not annoying. He's just extremely annoying.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Now you're talking about come on, man. You talk about the Kincaid files, man. Now I'm gonna give you a compliment on Kincaid.
Oh,
your energy is infectious, man. I go back and watch some of those, oh my God, classics, the stuff we've done. There was a show that you were at. You were there too, and I was there. It was some little promotion. Jimmy, tie him up, bro, so you can go outside. Tie him up.
Whoa.
Wow, why you
Someone's getting tied up at the Kulik.
Oh my God, you guys are sick. All right, now listen. Now, honestly, hey, relax.
Watch out, Kincaid. You better run.
No. Honestly, I mean, I was talking about a show that, I mean, there were like 6 people there, you and I included. It was a show that was in Agawam. I don't remember the name of the promotion. That's when Mancini came down with the girl, remember, with the fur coat or whatever. But
GCW, Grand Championship Wrestling. It was the only show they've had.
The only show they ever did. But that segment that Mancini and I did on that thing, over 1,300 views on that thing.
Yeah.
Classic. Oh my God, we were going back and forth, but we had planned that before, and
that was awesome, man.
And that's great because like I said, but even like when we discovered the DW with the Drinkwater, that classic. I mean, it's just classic stuff,
And again, thank you. Oh, come on,
really?
Like I think, kid, I'm gonna say the whole Drinkwater thing, that's fun. I like that, and I'll give you credit for that. And I enjoy the Drinkwater gimmick. That is pretty fun. I do like it.
As that memory, like Mr. Kulik said, as that memory has come back and I shared it, I will watch that thing like 5, 6, 7, 8 times in a row, and then I'll share it. I gotta watch that thing because it was so beautiful how, like, even Mr. Kulik was saying, it was beautiful how I called you Drinkwater. The Woo Crew took that over and it burst Drinkwater right in front of us, and it hasn't gone away. It was so beautiful.
I was actually showing I was on break at work, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, and that popped up, and I was watching it, and a couple of my coworkers were with me in the break room. They're like, "What are you watching?" And I took my phone and I played the thing for everybody, and they're like, "Oh my God!" They're like, "That's awesome!" They're like, "We're gonna call you Drinkwater now." So now my coworkers are calling me Drinkwater now. So,
Just these two, please.
oh God,
yeah.
oh my God.
Oh my God, really?
Come on, Donovan.
No, I mean,
What the hell's wrong with you?
I mean, honestly, Don Kincaid, I mean, some of the stuff, you're rolling. You can't help it, man. It's hilarious. You got, like I said, man, you turn it up to about decibel 12, and it only goes up to 10, and the Don Kincaid files, and you do your thing. It's classic, brother. It's classic.
Exactly. Yep.
We have so much fun at the events. I know that's something we've reiterated on this show. We have a ton of fun. It's
What was that? I didn't see that. I just looked. Well,
you said Donovan.
It's not pronounced Donovan. It's pronounced Donovan. I'm gonna call him Donovan. That's fantastic.
Hey,
hold on. I'm gonna take piece off here. Let me turn it off.
Oh geez, his audio just went out.
Hey, Future, before we get back into it, I recognize that you are, and I fully approve that number 5 behind you, one of the greatest ever. Love Kevin Garnett, man.
All right, sit over here.
The nephew is making an appearance.
All right, so
He's
we've
the
got big,
executive producer. Like I'm
we-
just like filling when he's not available. But
so you are the Roundtable executive producer, and he is your fill-in. That's Donovan. That's
Donovan.
That's Donovan. Donovan.
How you doing there, Don?
And then we have Mr. Jim Kulik. He's the ringleader of the Woo crew over here. And
What's up, nephew?
And then up here we have Drinkwater
Watch it.
/ dishwater / chin hair. So whatever you want to call him, it's your choice.
Dishwater.
Dishwater.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to be it.
That's just straight up DW right there.
So we were just talking some wrestling, and nephew Jacob wanted to kind of join in the conversation. Now, nephew Jacob, we like to call him Big Jacob P at the shows. That's his gimmick name, if you will. Big Jacob P. He's gone to a couple of testing shows. He's been to PWA, but at PAPW, we did go to a PAPW when the COVID was relaxing a little bit, and they were kind of letting us go to shows. He went to a show. We saw Chris Cannon against Bloodsaw. You remember that?
Yep.
Yep. We saw Chris Cannon against Bloodsaw. We saw Big Juicy against Corrine Mink.
Bloodsaw won.
Bloodsaw did win. Yes, he's the U.S. champion. Yep. We saw Corrine Mink versus one of our most favorites, Big Juicy.
Yeah.
We saw some others, but I would like. Do you remember the Test of Strength shows and the PAPW shows? Do you remember anything that really sticks out that you remember really good? What's one of your favorite memories of PAPW or Test of Strength? When you first went to Test of Strength, there.
I
You forgot his name.
yeah, but
Did you talk to this person? Wait, was it Hamlet Hershey? Because I know you like.
Yes.
Remember Yorick with the skull? Yorick? Is that who you're talking about? I remember that was
What's your problem? Huh? What's your problem?
and I went on the ring and
What's your problem?
doing a Test of Strength and talking to the microphone today. I remember that. Yes. So, do you have any questions for these guys over here?
what's your guys' favorite colors?
What's your favorite color? That's his go-to question. So
That's okay. That's a good question.
Let's start here.
Kate, half of your second cutout. It's good now.
All right. Let's ask Mr. Kulik. What's your favorite color, Mr. Kulik?
Probably I got 2 favorite colors, black and red. That's the Wolf Pack.
Oh,
WCW days, NWO Wolf Pack. Those are my 2 favorite colors.
How
about you?
So he's black and red. Dishwater, what's your favorite color?
Wow. I'd probably have to say blue and green. Those are my 2.
Those are my 2 favorite colors.
Nice.
Let's go.
Yeah, those are my ever since I was a little kid.
Let's go over to the fill-in REP. Donovan, what's your favorite color?
it's Donovan.
Oh, sorry.
It's blue and gold.
Oh, blue and gold. Wow, those are nice colors. Wow. We see that Mr. Kulik had some technical difficulties. He may be back, he may not. We'll see where this goes. So we've been running for about 15 minutes. We're almost on the tail end here. Do you have any other questions that you would like to ask before we get going?
Do you guys have laptops?
Wow. Some odd questions, huh? Mr. Dishwater, do you own a laptop, sir?
I will have to say negative on that. I do not own a laptop.
What about you, Donovan?
I do. It's a school laptop, but I still use it for what I want.
Oh, you have a school laptop, don't you?
Yeah, but some things are blocked.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, some things that Mr. Dishwater likes to see at 1 a.m. are probably blocked.
I told you that's all Donovan.
Now,
That's all futures.
So, do you have any questions?
Do I have any questions? Well, we've been kind of talking wrestling. Let me push that up there a little bit so we get to see his ugly mug right there. Well, we've been talking wrestling and stuff, so I've asked plenty of questions. It looks like, Mr. Kulik has
Who's
3
that?
points.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, that's quite all right.
What
You know
happened?
how I got dog duty here. You know how it is, brothers.
Gotcha.
Come on, guys.
It's healing.
Yeah, I'm bringing them over to DW's house to attack them, giving them grief all the time.
Thank you.
Snoop's gonna put him in a
I'll be
headlock, and
waiting
then Bobo's
outside.
they're gonna do
Except for Donovan.
they're gonna do the Heart Foundation.
Mr. Kulik, you missed out on the second question.
Do you have a laptop?
Do I have a what, buddy?
Laptop.
A laptop? Yeah, I have a laptop.
He's got a laptop.
Oh.
I do. I use my laptop for my. There you go. Gotta love that. No, I use my laptop for my mobile DJ business. Play a lot of music on it. So yeah, I do have one for sure. How about you?
I have a school laptop that I do schoolwork on.
Oh, cool.
But
That's awesome.
things that I like are blocked.
Some things that Mr. Chin here liked are blocked too.
Doesn't
Again,
have
future.
So before we get going, I was kind of curious. Do you have a favorite wrestler that you like from when we went to either PAPW or Test of Strength?
from PABW, Chris Cannon.
Wait,
Yes.
Chris is your favorite wrestler?
That is awesome.
Wow, I did not see that coming at all.
Wow.
Hey, you can't go wrong with Chris Cannon.
Wow, I did not see that coming at all. Wow,
Who's your favorite?
I appreciate your honesty. I would have never said Chris Cannon.
You know who his favorite is?
From PAPW or Test of Strength?
Well, instead of a wrestler, can I pick a referee instead?
No.
I'm gonna anyways.
No.
Blue shoes. I love me some blue shoes.
No, you can't do that.
Well, she's a slash wrestler. She's been in the ring with Karen Band.
House for me, but untie her.
Wait, it's El Jabroni. Oh wait, he's no longer existing.
No, pick her up. She's not gonna do anything.
That's Kulik, the
You hear
last
that, Kincaid?
before we leave. Who's your
Say,
wrestler at PAPW or Test of Strength?
test the strength is definitely SWB. No two ways about it, brothers.
Slick Wagner Brown.
I've never seen
You
before.
you have remember for oh my goodness.
I've heard
He's thinking himself out. Mr. Drinkwater, I almost know where this is going, but I'm going to ask you anyways. Who's your favorite wrestler, either at PAPW or Test of Strength? I already know the answer.
I'm going to have to say what Big Jacob P said, and that's Mr. Chris Cannon. And also another one, El Jabroni. Oh, wait, he's no longer in existence. That's right. Yeah, you have nothing to say about that one, do you? Wait a minute. What was that? Oh, no. Yeah, that's right. El Jabroni's gone. He's no longer ever coming back. And you're just gonna have to suck it up and deal with it.
So DW is going heel on you, buddy. It's not.
That's not.
I think he's gonna start crying. He's gonna start crying. Are you gonna start crying, Kincaid? Because El Jabroni's no longer around. He's not coming back. He's gone, and you just don't want to face facts that El Jabroni is no longer coming back, and he's gone. And he's MIA.
Drinkwater.
So
the only one that cries in this group is you, because you cry because at 1 a.m. your sight's down.
no. I think Kincaid's the only one that cries because his boy toy ain't ever coming back.
I will shed a tear, but it will be post interview. I will definitely shed one tear, especially all the mean things you just said. That's not nice.
I think you're going to shed more than one tear.
That Mr. Donovan, at PAP.
Donovan.
Oh, sorry.
Donovan.
Oh, at PAPW or at Test of Strength, do you have a favorite wrestler that you would like to give us, sir?
I've only gone to Test Strength, so.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
There's a lot of good ones there. Ichiban, he's pretty good. He only says two things.
That's number one.
Let's see. Aaron Bam Bam. She's pretty good.
Ichiban number one,
Bam,
except
Bam,
for
Bam.
Donovan.
You picked Aaron Bam Bam, yeah. She's the champ.
Donovan's the champ. No, I mean Bam Bam's the champ, not Donovan.
Bam Bam's the champ.
I mean Donovan. I mean the future.
I'm gonna leave
I
this group.
the interviewer.
Week notice in.
The potato salad kid. I mean, okay.
I'm sitting down as the
He is the potato salad kid / the future / the fill-in REP.
That's it.
/ Donovan.
Flyer.
You know, before we end this, I do have an idea that came to me during this interview. We should do the end of the year roundtable awards.
Absolutely. That's an awesome idea.
Celebrating the best guest, the worst guest, best moment, and I'll come up with the nominees.
Wow.
I like that idea. That's fun. That'd be great.
And best host, even though there's only been 2 hosts that have done this. And friend Eric, but
if friend Eric gets more votes, I'm gonna be so mad.
So yeah, what do you guys think?
I think that's an awesome idea.
We gotta get some of the faces on here though. It can't just be us. We gotta convince the faces.
Oh yeah, we have to have Brother E's gotta be back, Big Juicy.
Yeah.
The prof.
In an hour.
Wow, that sounds fun.
Here's my idea though, how it goes. We do this Skype session and the awards are announced on that thing. Like everyone must be there, and if they don't show up, their name gets taken off the ballots of the award that they were nominated for.
So they forfeit their award and it goes to the second placer.
Yes. Well, they're not even on if they did win that award, then they get taken off the ballot. So.
Okay.
So it's mandatory.
Wow.
Well, I'm gonna throw this out there now, guys. If we ever get past this virus stuff, I want to do a roundtable get together. I'll bring the gear, throw some tunes on, have like a little gig like we had for you, Mr. Kincaid, for your birthday back in the time.
That was a good day.
I'll be there.
Will there be an actual like round table, like circle table, not like?
Uncle Bob, can we connect your earbuds?
No, not right now. Well, guys, it's been a minute.
Maybe El Jabroni can come.
Oh, it's been a minute since we've talked, and I'm glad that the REP. What's that?
I'm raising my hand.
What REP? What are we?
And the last award can be the best stirring the pot champion, even though you haven't defended it. You're becoming the Brock Lesnar of the round table. So, yeah.
You still owe Big Fuzz a title shot, brother.
I do. It hasn't been defended in over a year.
You must forfeit it, young man.
He raised his hand again.
What?
And then the final award. I will make the award. The final award can be best facial best facial hair design that they've had. So.
Now I'll be honest with you guys. The biggest response ever was when I shaved it down. You guys were freaking out. Remember?
Best moment of becoming shirtless, removing a layer of clothing on the round table.
Well, I think you're the winner of that.
What about being what about a jerk? The jerk award.
So you.
Oh, that's you all, hands down. But what are the winners winning?
What?
What are the winners going to win?
I'm not like gonna go like full free membership to the Roundtable. If they win, I'll put like I'll make a design and I'll put it on a piece of paper and they can hang it up on their mom's fridge.
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
Bragging rights.
I'll come up with some ideas of what the awards would look like. Well, but it's got to be everyone must be there, and if they're not there, they get taken off the ballot. So
Okay.
We gotta set up a time, man. Time of the day, man. Let people know ahead of time.
Hang on, we'll do this live, and whoever doesn't, we're gonna send this in the group chat after this. Next month is the last month of 2020. Let's hope that 2021 is a better year. Let's all hope for that one.
I'll be honest with you though, real quick. I can't raise my hand. I don't know how to do it, but 2020 was the best thing about 2020 was the Roundtable, man. No two ways about it.
Saturday, December 12th at 2 p.m.
Oh, yeah?
Sounds good to me.
All right. Drinkwater, are you in?
You got it. I'm here.
All right. We're like a shirt that says I'm a jerk. So.
Yeah, but you change your mind all the time, DW. You sure you're going to be there? Are you positive?
Yes, I am.
Well, he'll
sure
probably be
I
at
will be
Walmart
there.
trying to look at the DVDs. So.
Well, no, I actually had some good finds today. Actually, look at this, guys. Buddy Murphy.
Really?
I got a Buddy Murphy figure, and then I got this wicked awesome. The you know how like the Funko Pops have T-shirts. I found this. I don't know if you can see with the glare. It's a Doc Brown. Wicked awesome shirts up. I actually didn't buy any movies.
Oh. Well, all the movies that you need are you can find them. Yeah.
Oh,
Kincaid, are you still with us?
No, I just marked it down on my calendar.
Okay. Oh, so it's official. If it's on Kincaid's calendar.
Kincaid, can you do one thing that you didn't do today, man? You can do an outro on it. You didn't do the special guess. You didn't do that today, man.
It did
I know.
not.
What's wrong with you?
It's been a while. I did have a request though before we get out of here. Is there any questions from the three of you gentlemen that you would like to ask Big Jacob P? We'll start.
And DK.
Oh, and DK. Mr. Donovan, we might as well start with you since you raised your hand.
You just had to say
it.
What is your favorite thing about the fan roundtable?
Where we get to where he gets to talk to the fans.
Yeah.
That's your favorite part?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Mr. Kulik, what I know. What do you have a question for Big Jacob P?
No, him.
No, for Big Jacob P.
No,
what's your let me ask you this, both you guys. What's your best uncle nephew moment at a wrestling show? Did you see somebody win a title together? Did you see like a certain wrestler come back that you didn't know was going to be there? A special Kincaid like file moment?
I have a very the facial expression from this one when Karen Bam Bam walked through the door at training day and she walked up to him and he was staring at her because she had this mean old scowl. She wasn't as nice as she is now as a champion. She was kind of meaner back in the day. She had ties with Dan the Man back then and Team Shazam. The facial expression that she had and he had both, I put them together in a meme or a video or something. I absolutely will never forget that. It's some of the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I won't forget that either.
He was so scared of Karen Bam Bam, let me tell you.
Now, I have to say one thing that Jacob P. he has no fear of the mic. I've seen him on the mic before. That's amazing. At his age, how old are you, buddy?
8 years old.
8 years old and no fear of the mic, man. That's amazing. That's awesome. So is that your favorite moment too, buddy?
Well, I was like 4 when I first went to test of strength.
No, you were like about 4 or 5 when we brought you to PWA in Cheshire.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Mhm.
And I went to the mic, and I was
did.
5 years old at that time.
I think you were about 5. Yeah.
And then I had no fear of the mic
No fear of the mic.
whatsoever.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We have to get you a T-shirt that says "I don't fear the mic." I love it. It'd be awesome.
That's all.
Now we have one more person and one more question before we get out of here.
Hey, Kincaid, come on. I can.
Mr. Dishwater, do you have a question for Big Jacob P before we end the fan roundtable today?
Are you going to challenge your uncle to that stirring the pot championship belt behind you?
Yup.
You better watch out.
Oh,
At
yeah?
least it's not El Jabroni challenging you.
Oh, man.
Nice. Leaving a sour taste in my mouth is one dishwater. Sour taste in my mouth, dishwater. You get it? Yeah. This has been Stir the Pot with Don Kincaid and my very special guests. Well, we're trashing the place. We've got Big Jacob P. We've got the ring that we've got the ring leader.
Hey, there's kids here.
Jim Kulik himself.
Woo!
We've got the future and the fill-in REP, Donovan Dwyer. And we've got none other than Dishwater/Drinkwater/Chin Hair. You guys have been a lot of fun today. We had a great time. Thanks to the REP fill-in for getting this together today. We had a blast. I love you guys.
Love
You're
you
welcome.
too, Kincaid Files.
Right back at you guys.
Keep those interviews going there, future.
Yeah, do that.
Tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Hit it.